I got selected for my company after appearing for 13 interviews. I'm Kishore Kunal. In my current role, I am director in KPMG. I have an overall experience of about 17 years doing consulting, research, and sales as well before I came to KPMG. When I started, I was one of the youngest, rather probably the youngest team member in my team. We were setting up a niche process. There was no prior knowledge in the organization, so it did feel like a startup when you are working in a new organization with a small team, and you were given amazing responsibilities to kind of do the entire setting up process and grow it from there. That was actually that helped me to shape up for future challenges, because when you dive into something where you are as good as a planner, where you are doing things and executing things and planning for the future, it kind of builds some kind of entrepreneurial attitude towards it, and that helped me in terms of continuously grow in the organization, continuously look up to new challenges, build new teams, get new talent, coach them, help them to kind of also build their career in the team. I have had a lot of accidental ventures in my life, and this was also one of the accidental venture. I actually wanted to become an analyst, especially in the financial domain. Wanted to do equity research, and at the time of placement, was evaluating a lot of options. However, one of the options that excited me was about research, but not as much into financials. We got to know that we will be working with KPMG as our client. It wasn't my organization at that point of time, it was our client. We will be working dedicatedly with them. The type of engagement, the type of people that was discussed really excited me. So I joined as a research analyst in that team, started to work on it. We're helping senior leadership to build 3 to 5 year long strategic plan for KPMG in the UK. And while working on that project, that was the first time I realized that, okay, this is where I want to really build my career. I was not just from sales background, I was also from a science background in terms of academic qualification. But our very first trimester, we had courses as financial accounting. And that is something that I really started to enjoy. I have to give credit to the faculties of 4 at that point of time, because I think some of them were really amazing. The way they taught us, or especially taught me, I started to enjoy that, and I realized that this is something that I could build on top of what I already know. So the next 2 years, that is how I prepared myself for, in terms of bringing in or inculcating some new skills or new knowledge, so that you can extend. So coming from a science background or coming from a sales background, I was already good with numbers. That may have helped me to kind of sharpen that. But the live projects, the different clubs that we had, the exposure with alumni, the exposure with corporate world actually helped me to kind of, make a gradual transition from a sales mindset to an analyst mindset. Most of the consulting companies are actually going to campuses to hire freshers. So there has always been opportunity for them to come and work in consulting organizations. It's no different. As I mentioned earlier as well, when you start your career, even in consulting, you start as an analyst, because not very first day somebody will go and tell you, go and visit the client and present this case and win over the client and come back, right? You are going to work on a lot of data, a lot of analysis, so you will start as an analyst as a fresher. There's always a job that you will do, and once you start getting the hang of the job, you start graduating to different levels, different skill set, then you start building your career as well. So there is a door for freshers to get into consulting, and that door has always been open. All the big fours, all the strategy consulting firms, technology consulting firms, they actually hire in big numbers from campuses. The first thing I would say is that focus on quality, not on quantity. So don't try to make a vast network that you cannot keep track of. Focus on building the right network, quality network, because the person that you might be connecting with, please understand that they will be also investing their time in you. So if you are just focusing on numbers, that, okay, I might know 100 different folks. Do you really know all 100 of them? I would rather tell them to focus on 15 or 20, or focus on building the meeting right people who really want to invest in you. So first thing is, don't go crazy about building a vast network, focus on quality. Also identify the right people that you want to work with, or identify people that who would like to invest in you, would like to give you that piece of advice or mentorship or guidance. Because networking is not just about exploiting the opportunity, and it's not a one-way street, it's a two-way street. So you have to make sure that you are also invested in them as much as they are in you. I also like to, in today's world, because if you see post-pandemic, the style of networking is going to change significantly, right? Earlier, you used to go out, hang out with people, meet socially, and there was a lot of opportunities to build reputation or build your credential. Now, in today's and post-pandemic world, I think a lot of personal in-person meeting is not going to be possible. So I think one has to learn in terms of how to connect virtually. Be present in the moment, right? Don't overthink and don't think of how this will turn out in future. So these are some of the things I would recommend to people is in terms of when they are looking to build out their own network, try to meet different people from different part of the world. Just focus on these three, and I think that they should be good.